things are going this way, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Even down to my travel, I'm like, oh, if it's like off, that flight ain't for me, or this ain't for me. Like,
so then that was kind of like, hold up, you know what I'm saying? What's going on here? And
did that make you want to be a rapper more, or make you want to make money to get it back?
Nah.
No, I'm not with him.
No.
Yeah, not by choice, but I respect.
Stop scrolling, because this is the moment that flipped the internet upside down. Angela Simmons, the woman Yo Gotti chased for years, the woman he publicly rapped about, dreamed about, and eventually won, just stepped out with a brand new man, and the way Yo Gotti reacted has fans calling this one of the most humiliating moments of his career. Cameras flashed, social media exploded, and within minutes the heartbreak of a rap legend was trending worldwide. But trust me, this story isn't just about Angela moving on. This is about how a love story that once felt like a fairy tale ended in a storm of betrayal, tears, and a very public downfall that Yo Gotti never saw coming. It all started years ago when Yo Gotti wasn't just another rapper with a crush. He was a man on a mission. In his music, he name-dropped Angela Simmons, letting the whole world know he wanted her. He didn't hide it, he manifested it. For years, it became almost a running joke in the industry. Yo Gotti loved Angela. Fans laughed, they cheered, they even rooted for him, because there was something so rare about seeing a rapper openly admit he had feelings for someone who seemed so far out of reach. And then, almost like something out of a movie, Yo Gotti actually got her. Angela Simmons, daughter of Run DMC's Rev Run, reality TV star, businesswoman, and one of the most talked about women in hip-hop culture, finally gave Yo Gotti a chance. When news broke that the two were officially dating, the internet went crazy. People couldn't believe it. Yo Gotti's dream girl had become his real-life girlfriend. For a while, everything looked perfect. The two appeared together at events, they smiled for pictures, they looked in love, and the public celebrated Yo Gotti like he had just won the lottery. But as is often the case with love stories that play out in the spotlight, what the cameras capture isn't always the full picture. Behind the smiles, behind the social media posts, there were cracks forming in the foundation. People close to them whispered that Angela wanted stability, she wanted commitment, she wanted someone who could give her peace. Meanwhile, Yo Gotti, as much as he loved her, was married to the grind, living the life of a superstar, always chasing the next deal, the next tour, the next move. At first, Angela played along. She showed up, she supported him, and she gave the relationship her all. But slowly, fans noticed changes. The couple wasn't posting together as much. Angela started writing cryptic captions about wanting more and valuing her peace. Yo Gotti, on the other hand, seemed to shrug it off, brushing past the tension as if everything was fine. But the truth was, things weren't fine. And then came the bombshell moment that no one was prepared for. Angela Simmons stepped out in public with a new man. Not just any man, but someone who seemed to be her exact opposite from Yo Gotti. Low-key, grounded, supportive, and clearly making her smile in ways people hadn't seen in a long time. Cameras caught them hand in hand, laughing, Angela glowing as if a weight had been lifted off her shoulders. That one picture, Angela and her new man, was all it took to set social media on fire. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, every platform exploded with memes, reactions, and debates. Some fans were in shock. Some were cheering Angela on, calling it Queen Energy for finally choosing herself. Others immediately turned their eyes to Yo Gotti, wondering how the man who chased her for so long could possibly handle this kind of public blow. And then came Yo Gotti's reaction, or at least what people believe was his reaction. He didn't say Angela's name, but his posts spoke louder than words. A black and white selfie with a caption, "Some things ain't worth the pain." A story that simply read, "Be careful who you love." It wasn't much, but to fans, it was clear. Yo Gotti was hurting. And the timing couldn't have been worse. People began to replay his songs, his lyrics about Angela, his interviews where he proudly talked about how much she meant to him, and now those clips felt haunting. Sources close to Yo Gotti began whispering that he was blindsided. He didn't think it was over. He thought they just needed time, maybe space, but that eventually they would work it out. To see Angela smiling with another man felt like being punched in the chest. Friends said he was quiet, withdrawn, not his usual confident self. At his most recent public appearance, fans noticed he looked different, less lively, more heavy, like the joy had been sucked out of him. And the internet wasn't kind. Instead of sympathy, many fans mocked him. Memes circulated about how Yo Gotti spent years chasing Angela, finally won her, and still lost her. Some even said this was proof that manifestation doesn't always work out the way you think it will. The humiliation was public, it was loud, and it was relentless. But not everyone was cruel. Plenty of fans rushed to his defense. They said Angela knew how much Yo Gotti loved her, and that stepping out with a new man so publicly was unnecessary. Others argued Angela had every right to move on if she wasn't happy. The debates got heated, splitting the internet into two sides, Team Angela and Team Gotti. And the more people argued, the more the story grew. Angela herself didn't stay quiet. In subtle interviews and Instagram lives, she made it clear without saying too much she was done with drama. She wanted someone who could give her the kind of support and stability she'd been craving. She never directly disrespected Yo Gotti, but the implication was clear. He couldn't give her what she needed. Her new man, however, could, and that made her glow even brighter. For Yo Gotti, the fallout wasn't just emotional, it was a full-blown professional crisis. What started as a high-profile love story turned into an internet circus, and he was the main attraction. Memes flooded social media, turning the rapper into the punchline of jokes he'd never imagined he'd be part of. Instead of trending for his latest album or a hot new verse, he was trending for heartbreak. Fans weren't quoting his lyrics anymore. They were quoting the infamous moment Angela appeared with someone new, and it hit like a punch to the gut. The whispers became headlines. At concerts, fans didn't chant his name, they screamed hers. Angela echoed from the crowd like a ghost he couldn't exorcise. It wasn't just disrespectful, it was painful. For a man who built his empire on being in control, on being that guy who always gets the bag, the respect, and the girl, this was a plot twist he didn't see coming. This wasn't just any girl. This was the girl. The one he had manifested in songs, spoken about in interviews, and patiently pursued for years. And when he finally got her, it felt like the ultimate win. the fairy tale ended without a Hollywood sunset. Sources close to Gotti say he's devastated. Not the throw your phone across the room kind of hurt, but the quiet, soul-crushing kind. The kind of pain that lingers in silence. He's not posting like he used to. No more subtle captions or mysterious lyrics aimed at her. He's moving different now, more cautious, more guarded. You can see it in his interviews, in the way he carefully swerves any question about love, relationships, or her. His smile doesn't quite light up the way it used to, and his energy, once cocky and carefree, now carries a shadow. Behind closed doors, friends say he's battling between two worlds. Should he fight for her, or walk away with whatever dignity he has left? There are moments when he scrolls through old photos, wondering where things went wrong. Was he too public? Too confident? Or was she just never his to keep? The questions haunt him more than the headlines do. Meanwhile, Angela seems unbothered. She's glowing, smiling, posting, moving on, or at least pretending to. Some fans call it a rebound. Others say it's her finally choosing herself. Either way, her new man is getting all the attention, and Gotti, he's being painted as the one who lost. But what the world forgets is, this isn't just about a breakup. This is about a man who dared to dream out loud, who turned a fantasy into reality, only to watch it crumble in front of millions. And now, fans are stuck in speculation mode. Will he pull a classic Gotti move and spin this pain into platinum? Will he drop a heartbreak anthem that sets the internet on fire? Or will he go ghost, heal in silence, and let time do its thing? People want answers. They want to know if he still texts her, if he still cares, if he still believes in the love story he once rapped about. But maybe that's the point. Some love stories aren't meant to end in forever. Maybe Angela was a chapter, not the whole book. And maybe, just maybe, Yo Gotti's biggest lesson wasn't about winning her, it was about losing her. Because sometimes the biggest boss battles aren't fought in boardrooms or studios, they're fought in the heart. And no matter how much money, fame, or power you have, love will humble you. One thing's for sure, Yo Gotti will never love the same again. And Angela? She's writing a new story, one where she's the main character, not someone else's dream girl.